Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. I am green for the day so far. I've only taken 2 trades, a break even and a win. I did miss one trade that was a full win as well. Just because the entry was so close to the VWAP, I didn't see if it was gonna close properly, and it did. And by the time I realized it and tried to put the entry order in, it had already just came back to the entry and just took off from there. And it actually was a buy off the overnight low right here. I missed that one going up. You can see it's real close to the VWAP. Had it not closed above it, I wouldn't have taken it. So that's why I was pretty cautious. We've been trading inside of the overnight high and low range. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. We are still in this little news that just happened. Well, we're 2 minutes out of when I can restart trading, but we haven't had the first swing, so I still have to wait for 2 swings and then I can start trading again. Hopefully we could push out of this range, because why are we stuck in 30 points? I don't understand. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Good morning, Trenches. How are you? How's your trading going this morning? Low-key, matter of fact, I'm about to open up the Discord because usually around this time it's not very many mods in there helping. Pretty sure because everybody's trading. And since the market is so slow, I guess I can make sure I help out a little bit. I can't even see, where was I mentioned? Trading is going decent. You only traded 1 eval so far, small green. You know what my saying is, small green is better than red, so we gonna take it. Right, that was divergence trade off of the new high. I was a little worried about it because we have the overnight high right there, so I didn't know if we were going to be able to push through it or not. But like I said in the last couple of streams, my thought process right now is if I'm in a sell and I'm going towards a resistance level, then I'll stay in it for now. But if I was trading going back towards it, like if I was in a buy going towards the overnight high, I would break even. So the goal today is no mistakes. Which is a pretty big goal because I have been making a lot of mistakes, especially yesterday. But that's my goal. If I miss a couple trades, cool. Like that one I missed earlier, that was really like nothing. It was out of my control. There was I literally was just continuing to look at the VWAP and I couldn't tell if it was going to close over it or not. Because you guys know the VWAP will move while you're in the potential reversal bar. And I think like the bar closed at, I'm about to go back and look. The bar closed at 30.25 and the VWAP at the time was at 30.20. So it was close. Just 2 trades. You broke even on one because of news. Understood. So hold on, because I don't remember. Oh, did you break even because of the 7:30 news? Or are you like me when other news is coming, even light impact, you break even? So were you trading at 7:30 this morning? Or did you break even at the 9 o'clock news? This is the pattern I'm iffy about because of the VWAP. I have written down just don't take it with the VWAP at all. But because it rotated over the VWAP, it might be okay. I don't know. So we'll see. If it wins, we might be okay with the rotation. I don't want to see a break even. I want to see a full win, which is like 2 ticks away. The entry would be there. There's a break even. I need to do something real quick. can I never find? Is it that one? No. Oh, it's just a regular. Okay, never mind. Oh, I can't do that anyway. Great. Thought I was gonna have to make a decision. Did I not? Okay, I did. Wait, 210, 290. Damn it. Knew something was missing. 857 market just started running up as Nvidia and Microsoft literally went red. Made no sense because Meta, Tesla, and Apple were still trending down. So you got out. I got you. I got you. What is this screen? Oh, it did push up from there. That was a this was a pull back to my major level here. There's also another support level here. On the 20 and 2 chart, I couldn't take that because, yeah, I couldn't take it, but I didn't know if I could take that particular pattern on the 20 and 1 chart. And you can see that was a really nice win. It took forever, but see, 13 took like 2 minutes, which is not surprising. I mean, the market is literally not really moving. but that was a nice move up. I definitely was watching it. 210. Change 90. I think guess I'll go back to that one. We'll see. All right, now I'm back on the charts. Today is going to be a very slow day. Unless we somehow, some way break out of this range. But the only thing I want to see today is progress in like my results trading in a range day like this. Because I know the last couple of times we traded, within the overnight high and low range, just wasn't a good day. But I also just wasn't having good days, period. Especially since switching Renko sizes. But I already knew that was likely to happen. Anytime you make major changes like that, you just expect it. But what I really want to see is my results start to stabilize out. At least by like the end of next week, I really want to see my results start to stabilize out. Because of course, a lot of the mistakes that I've been making is what's causing my P&L to be all over the place. Because in my backtest data, it shouldn't be that way. So yeah, we'll see. But it's looking like each week I'm getting closer to my goal of how I want my strategy to perform. Despite the red days that you guys are seeing, I can tell progress is being made. Like I was telling my mom, besides the account last week that I started on Monday that ended up blowing, for the most part, my accounts are lasting way longer than they were before. So that lets me know that I'm moving in the right direction. And then also, as I'm making tweaks and changes and things like that, adding things, removing things, I'm also noticing that I'm moving in the direction of being able to trade my strategy the exact same way that it is, no matter the market conditions. Whether it's extremely volatile, like Monday, and I even think Tuesday was pretty volatile as well. Wednesday slowed up a little bit. Yeah, I do remember because Tuesday was my green day, right? Yeah, and I sat out of like 13 trades and was still green. Yesterday should have been a green day as well. Monday should have been a green day. So I'm moving in the right direction. I told you guys I like to measure things based off of what my results should have been, not what they actually were. If you include the mistakes and if you include the trades that are no longer valid based on tweaks that I've made and things like that. So I'm moving in the right direction. At some point, you guys are going to come onto the stream and I'm going to be green probably 95% of the time. And that's what I want to see. We were just talking about in Discord, in the Apex Discord, I think it was like maybe 2 days ago. And a guy had came in like asking if people use range charts, range bars or whatever. And I was like, no, I use Rinkos. And so there was, I don't remember if it was that same guy who asked or if it was somebody else, but they were like, you know, range bars are cool, but you have to change the settings depending on market conditions and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of why I use Rinkos, and that's why I'm trying to develop my strategy the way that I'm developing it, because I don't want to have to say like, okay, today we're clearly less volatile than Monday and Tuesday, so let me change my Rinko size. I don't want to have to do that. And I don't want to have to, oh, today is a less volatile day, we got to change some rules around. Like, I just don't want to have to do that. So that's why I'm working so hard to push through despite the frustrations. Because I'm trying to keep my eyes on the prize. So I'm not sure. Oh, well, I don't have to do it now anyway. I was going to say that I was going to sit out of this reversal up just because that is the pattern that I lost the other day. Well, good morning. Did you give TT a hug this morning? I like your shirt. Did you miss me? You did?
How did it happen? How did it happen?
You went to TT house?
Yeah.
You did? You need to learn how to whisper because you were pretty loud when you said that. Did you get some good sleep last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. You always do, baby. You're not going to miss your sleep for nobody. All right, we do have natural gas coming up in 7 minutes. Oh. You okay? Ooh, bless you. You got it. I really like your outfit. It's so nice. I love it. Uh-oh. All right, so we just pushed off the new session high, VWAP, the current open, prior close, like all of those levels were all at the same point. Of course, if you're on time-based charts, I'm pretty sure that reversal bar doesn't look that way, but on the Rinkos, that was just a lot of confluence there. It just doesn't go with how I trade, so that's why I didn't take it. But yeah, you should probably not do that. You want TT to get cold? TT will get so cold. Let me get your shoes off. Shoes off. Come on, shoes off. Another shoe. Bro. Go get your tablet. Why you gotta watch my phone when you have a whole tablet? I will never understand it. What you want to watch? I'll be right back, you guys. I have to change a diaper. Oh, he's fine, Granny, while I'm streaming. It's just when I recorded a set video. Come on, let's change your diaper. Then you can watch Coco Melon. Because don't you want to watch Coco Melon? You You stinky.
You stinky. You stinky.
Oh, you stinky.
You're the guy.
Oh, you.
You're the guy. You're the guy. You're the guy. You're the guy.
Bubba.
You're the guy. You're the guy. You're the guy.
Bubba. Can you bring me 2 plastic bags, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't walk with it. I can't walk with it.
You. Why do you remember that, bro?
I can't walk with it.
You got broccoli.
Yeah, I can't walk with it.
You funny. Thank you, baby. Thank you. You super funny. Come on. Come on, so you can watch me your phone.
Okay.
Up. All right, come on. Up. All right. You ready for my phone? Oh, God, you smell so horrible. Oh, Jesus. Here, baby. Where are you hiding from me?
No, I will eat it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I have to spray. You smell. What? This. There you go. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry. We pushed down, what is that, about third? Let's see. About 40 points from that new high that was made up there. Oh, we did just have 9:30 news. Nothing moved, but I'm gonna play it safe and wait for one more pullback or one more reversal before I enter. Okay, so we finally got a little movement. Alright, so that's the first swing. Oh, that's loud. Let me see. That turned down a little bit. I give it right back. Here you go. Is that Paw Patrol? All right, 20-point dip, 30-point rip in 3 minutes, and they say 10 points in the scale. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's kind of the discussion they were having in one streamer's stream. I think it was like last week. And yeah, he was like, I scalp, and he normally goes for like 6 ticks or something. Sometimes I'll see him go as high as 13, but usually I think his initial is 6 ticks, and then if he's like down in the trade, he'll do the next one at like 13 or something like that, whatever. But that's what they were discussing. He was just like, I don't think 10 points is a scalp and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. But I think he scalps on like 1 minute charts or something. But you know me, I feel like 10 points is definitely a scalp. That's nothing on the Nasdaq. Even in a low volatility day like today, where the range is only 30 points and we keep, well, the overnight range was 30 points. We've basically been trading inside of this same 30-point range this whole time, but it'll literally hit one side, boom, drop to the next. Hit that side, go back to the next. So yeah, 10 points is a scalp to me. Okay, what nobody said. Because even like, okay, let's look at this, right? Where's the trade at? I'm gonna go back to the one trade that I missed this morning. So, this entry, so you know I only go for 6 points, but from here to the top is like 32 points. So you can't tell me 6 points is not a scalp when this entire, like, most swings are pretty drastic. Then you go from, what is that, 52.50 down to 8. So there's 44 points in one swing. Now again, it doesn't look like one swing probably on a time-based chart, I don't know, but these swings get a little drastic sometimes. All right, I'm definitely not interested in taking this buy. We're at the overnight high. And as of this moment, when we're at the overnight high or the prior high, sells only. Same thing for the overnight low and the prior low. For now, buys only. Now, maybe I'll change my mind at some point. Like if that would kind of be like a rotation since it went through the reversal bar there and then it will reverse back up. But with this particular pattern, I have to be really careful because we didn't really clear. You can see we created a lower high. So that's a different type of reversal pattern if it was to reverse and keep going up. But I'm not interested at the moment. Alright, no sell right here. This is the pattern I don't like taking when it's on a VWAP. And I also have a support level there. Oh, that support level's, it was created by outside bar, so that doesn't matter. And this is kind of that pattern that I was talking about that I want to see, like if both swing reversal bars touch the VWAP, am I okay to trade it or not? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know. So I'll draw it out. Are we getting close? Oh. So this is the same pattern that broke even earlier. I know if it was a straight, like this one didn't touch it and it wicked, the entry bar wicked, absolutely cannot take that one. But I'm curious to see what'll happen if it rotates over the VWAP. But I'm not chancing it. I'd rather just watch it play out because right now we have a hunch that we cannot do it. And I have a tendency to take trades even when my hunch is telling me, no, that's a pattern we're not supposed to be trading. It's trying to push down. 46. All right, there's the break even level. Entries up there, break even. You see what I'm talking about? It goes to the break even and then goes to that would have been the take profit right there, right when it came down to 35.50. All right, so that's the first pullback to my major level, which, oh yeah, because that one, it was an invalid trade no matter what. Because of the way we were going back towards the VWAP. All right, that's the other thing. These VWAP levels are so close together. How many ticks is this? The VWAP is like 15 points away from each other right now, which is pretty unusual. But I mean, the market's not moving, so. And we're still in this overnight range. And I know on other chart types, probably would have looked like we broke out a couple of times. I think the market opened like somewhere around here, but it might have looked like we broke out a couple of times. But no. This was really the only time that we closed outside of it, I think. I think that closed right on it or like one tick above it. That one closed outside of it, came right back in. Curious to see if I'm going to get the 10 o'clock lag today. We're trying to push out. If we can just push out, come back, retest the overnight high, and just push up from there, that would be nice. But even if we just continue to stay here, I guess it just is what it is, huh? Welcome to the stream for those of you all who are just tuning in. Very slow day. I've only taken 3 trades, 2 wins and a break even. I did miss one trade that was a full win, but we're here. We're just trading in the same 30-point range from the overnight high and low, which I draw those levels based on the high and low between 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. Let's see if we have an actual breakout or if it's just faking us out to come right back in. Is that the prior high up there? Okay, yeah. I'm going to, because this level is like hiding behind, let's make it red. Make it dash. Alright, yeah, that's better. The prior high is like hiding behind my major resistance level, so I decided to draw my own line so I could see it. We're back at the prior close and current open right here. We do have another speaker at 11:05, so it's medium impact. So let me. All right, so at 10:58, I have to make sure I close out of my trades. All right, there's a new session high. What I don't want to do is like yesterday, where I completely forgot about how this push up started. What's that? 590. Alright, we just hit my major resistance level, and that's also the prior high. Good morning, welcome in. This move up literally started at my major level, but it was the first pullback, so I didn't take it. Told y'all that was one of the problems well, yeah, that is the first pullback. So one of the issues that I've been having is taking that first one. Yes, baby. Oh my God. Let me see. What happened? you go. I fixed it for you. Pushes through. We will show mostly trend in one direction, just first two bars in the same direction, and shortly after will reverse. They must be trading the ES. Let me see. I don't know how people trade the ES. I swear I don't. Oh, shoot. Like, how do you trade this and why? Why do you put yourself through this? Huh? There you go. You want to sit on my lap? Why, bro? Oh. Why do you want to sit on my lap? Why can't you lay in the bed? Like, I legit don't know how people trade this. So, when I used to trade the ES, I used to trade it on a 8-in-1 chart, either 8-in-1 or 10-in-1. Just kind of depends. We're still moving up. So, since the market opened this morning, the ES has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically 6 swings. Like, what? How do you trade that? I commend anybody who could trade this. Hello? Oh, you drinking. Like, look, this is all the market has done on the ES since it opened. What? I can't. That's why I stopped trading it. I just can't. Did you drink TT's water? Did you? Yes, you did. I just saw you. You just gonna lie. Man, we are still pushing up. How many? What is that? 187 ticks. Yeah, because you drank my water. You said you didn't. Go ahead. Don't fall. Are you happy with your decision to drink my water? I'm going to put you back in the bed. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Uh-oh. So we've pushed up like 56, 57 points from that low point down there. Can you go lay back in the bed till TT's done? No. He said no. No, ma'am. I cannot. I'm assuming trend day, and since we tested lows back inside, I think we go to the side. I could touch you. You sitting on me. still in the range and didn't break resistance yet. Is it accurate that we can delay paying for don't you touch my keyboard or I'm gonna put you back over there in the bed, honey bun. When will payouts be sent out? The 15th. I'm not answering that. All right, we got a reverse stutter. I would normally, if this 1 bar pullback closes, I would normally take that. But the way the market is, come on, you have to, hey. I'm not gonna do it this time. Hey, okay, do you want to go back and lay in the bed? Only because I'm really not a huge fan anymore of the 1 bar pullbacks right at the new session highs and lows and stuff, especially because the market is so stagnant. And shortly after the bar closed, there's indecision here. I actually don't think close. No, it did go. Yeah, we'll watch it, but I ain't interested in that. Even if it wins, I'm cool with that. Alright, so first it was indecision, now seller pressure's there. So I likely would have just went ahead and broken even, but I don't know if I would have gotten filled on the break even. There's the loss. Yeah, if the market was more volatile, maybe. But even like as soon as that bar closed and there was indecision right away, I would have just broken even anyway. So I would have been cool there. Alright, so now we're in the 10 o'clock hour. Oh, that doesn't look. I wonder. Can I make the wicks bigger? Yeah, I can. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't know I could do that. That look a little crazy. Let's do 2. Just because I do notice on stream it's a little harder to see the wicks. Actually, maybe we'll keep it 3. Oh, I should have been. I didn't even realize how terrible that looks. Alright, that looks way better. And I know if it was looking crazy, There. Trading the NQ now is just pure gambling. That's your no. That's your opinion. Hold on. Let TT finish working, okay? But yeah, that's your opinion. Everybody's entitled to. You wanna go out there with Sissy? Huh? You want yogurt? Okay, I'll get you yogurt. I just hate the word gambling personally because I feel like we throw that word around a little bit too much in the trading space. Are there people who gamble? Absolutely. But just because with your particular strategy, it would be gambling if you were to enter right now. There are some people who have strategies that they would be able to enter with no issue. And it's not gambling. It follows whatever their rules are. And that's just that. But like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think trading the ES is gambling because it's price with no action. But that's just me. I don't really think it's gambling, but I'm just saying. Let me get my child some yogurt. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, I will be back one more time. I need to make sure he doesn't go downstairs while my grandma's down there. So we did push down. That reversal bar closed right on the prior high and that major resistance level there. Okay, here we go with the 10 o'clock lag. Why does it do this? I mean, at least my data's not lagging, but I don't understand why my mouse starts to lag after 10 o'clock. But it should clear up in like 5 to 8 minutes. It looks so much better. I don't know why I was trading with the bar so skinny. All right, so this is a 1 bar pullback that I would normally take. Oh yeah, I did forget to tell y'all. I did just completely remove my my middle level from my charts. I even removed the pullback markers. This is a typical 1 bar pullback that I would take, but I don't really like taking too many trades when we're at the major resistance or support level. Just a personal preference of mine. I'm still not completely comfortable with it. There was indecision right when this bar closed, and there's the loss. I be knowing. It's so funny because this guy reached out to me on Discord and said that he had been checking out my streams, and he's like, I could tell you're really knowledgeable. I say, yeah, I'm pretty sure people probably think I'm a complete noob because I have so many losing days, but no. I'm just new to trying to develop a scalping strategy on the Nasdaq. I used to always avoid the Nasdaq because of how volatile it was and all the whipsaws and things, but I told him, I was like, I'm just in the stage of developing this strategy. Once I get it together, people will see I'm not a noob by any means. I can read the market pretty well. It's just for me, because of how like anal I am and how like super analytical I am, no matter what makes sense in my head, it has to make sense on paper. I have to be able to quantify things and say like, hey, this is my exact strategy. Nothing is based on feeling. Nothing is based on like a hunch. No, nothing. It's just literally the facts of, if the market looks like this, trade it this way kind of thing. So that's been the hardest part, is having or trying to quantify it. Because the other thing is, I still don't know if I'll ever teach when I get to where I want to be and where I feel like I need to be in order to teach. I don't know if I am going to, but if I do, everything has to be quantifiable. I can't teach someone hunch. That doesn't even make sense because your thought process will be different from mine. But I do know that even if I never teach to the general public, there are certain family members and friends that I've promised that I would teach them, how to trade once I get the strategy that I'm most comfortable with and that's the most profitable. Hi, boo. How are you this morning? Yes, you was scared to death. Listen, y'all, Monique. I remember when we first got acquainted and we started talking about trading, she was trading that dang on ES, honey. And every time I mentioned the NASDAQ, she was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I am married to ES. I'm not trading nothing else. I'm like, okay. And baby, she switched to the NASDAQ and she ain't looked back since. But it could be very because so many people start off with the ES. You hear that that's where most of the volume is and all these other things. And, if that's what you're used to is seeing the market move like that, and then you open up a NASDAQ chart for the first time because, you see people talking about it. That's kind of how it happens. You see people talk about bonds. And so you open up a bond chart like, I wonder what that looks like, or crude oil, whatever. And you open up the NASDAQ and you like, oh, this thing is on crack. It could be very overwhelming and it could be very I don't know, scary, I guess you could say, for real. I know when I first opened it for the first time, I was like, But also, though, I used to trade GBP JPY and I traded GBP NZD. There's a couple of other Forex pairs that, they were kind of moving and grooving a lot. So, but it was just okay, it's going to take a long time before I can master this. That has been my goal this whole time, ever since I kind of started to completely focus on the NASDAQ, because this time last year, I can open up my trade journal to show y'all. I was trading the Russell, the NASDAQ, no, I was not trading in the NASDAQ at the time. I was trading the Russell, ES. What's up, baby? He's in the kitchen eating yogurt. So, what do you want to eat? You want eggs and toast? Okay, you just got to give me a little bit because TT's working right now. But as soon as I'm done working, I can do it. Or you can ask Mama if she can cook it for you. Okay, just tell her you hungry and you want eggs and toast. Okay? So yeah, this time last year I was trading the Dow, crude oil, gold, the Russell, and ES. Those 5. And I wasn't trading the way that I trade right now, because the way I trade right now is more volume based, but I was trading with Rincos. So that's when I first switched over to Rincos, because when I first started with Apex, I was intraday swinging on probably a 2-minute chart, pretty sure. But the biggest thing is I didn't like the huge swings in my P&L. And at some point I am going to make a video just showing you guys how many journals I've gone through, show you guys some of my journal entries. So back when I was trading the 5 instruments, I would have a $600 day and then lose $900 the next day, and then win $200 and then lose $100. The P&L swings were so drastic. And yes, when the market conditions change, yes, today I've only taken 3 trades. That's not normal for me. Normal should be about 15 to 20. So my swings weren't because of that. It was just because my strategy wasn't where it needed to be yet, right? So for me, when I opened the NASDAQ chart at some point, I was like, all right, screw all those other instruments. This is what I'm going to trade, because if I have to focus on 5 different instruments just to get 15 setups, I'd rather focus on one that I can get 15 setups with and not I never really had to study those instruments like that because I'm a big proponent for like if you have a really good strategy, it should work no matter what instrument you trade. You might have to change a few things like I trade on a 20-in-1 chart for the Nasdaq. I would never trade on a 20-in-1 chart with probably anything except maybe the Dow, and I'm really even iffy with that. But like on the ES, it would be an 8-in-1 or a 10-in-1. On the Russell, it's a 10-in-1. On crude oil or gold, it's a 10-in-1. So besides changing those little small things, I should be able to still trade pretty much the same way. That's just my thought process. And that's what I've been trying to get to the point of, which takes a long time because so many people will tell you, oh, my strategy doesn't work for the NASDAQ. I trade the ES. Well, that's not what I want. I want something that translates well across different markets. Thank you. Thank you. You green today too? You know, we going to talk later. I'm going to get the kids settled as soon as I'm done streaming and we're going to continue our conversation from yesterday. Yes, baby, you love crude. There's a guy who always messages me like crude levels, and he's like, you should check it out. And I'm like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, I trade the NASDAQ. That's it. I'm not opening any other charts. I'm just not doing it. I've been there, done that. I don't want to look at more than one chart. I just don't. One step forward, 2 steps back. More like 1 step forward, 100 steps back. 100. I wish it was just 2. But you just get to the point where like you'll figure things out. I don't feel like anything trumps chart time. I just don't. Because even if you learn someone else's strategy, you're still it doesn't matter how successful that person is, you're still going to look at the market different than they will. You just will. I have a girlfriend that trades on the 5-minute chart. I have done a one-on-one coaching session with her. I've taken her actual course. I've done all of that. And guess what? I still can't trade her strategy because no matter what, I don't look at the market how she does. One of the things that she starts off doing is, she teaches you how to draw your levels of support and resistance before you start trading. And, these are the key levels that you take profit at and blah, blah, blah. And baby, my support and resistance levels don't look anything like hers because I look at the market different. And that's why a couple of weeks ago, when someone came into the stream telling me that I need to open up a time-based chart because there's no way, like you need to see the market in a different way and perspective than you do with your Renko charts. You can't tell me what I need to do, first of all. But second of all, and he didn't mean any harm. I've seen him in other streams and, I get it. And probably because I'm not profitable yet with my strategy, that is what causes people to want to give me advice. I get it. But like I explained to him that day, I can open up a 30-minute chart. I can open up a 1-hour chart, and I'm still not going to read it like you do. So why would I have a need to open those charts? With Rinkos, yes, I am super zoomed in, but that's what I need for my strategy. I don't really care if it's not the prior open high low close, if it's not the current open high low, if it's not the order flow VWAP, if it's not my support and resistance levels, I really don't care what's going on outside of it. If I'm being honest, I don't. And I don't have a need to care about what's going on outside of it at all. You just have to let people be. Like, I kind of feel bad for one of the streamers that I watch because he's been trying new things or whatever. He's cool with another streamer and he sees how successful that person is. And because he's not where he wants to be, he's thinking about changing things up a little bit. He's trading a little bit different and I commend him for that. But now he's having to put in his titles and sometimes even his thumbnails, like, I'm still learning. And for him to have as many subscribers that he has and have so many people who watch him live, it's unfortunate that people can't just sit back and enjoy the fact that somebody has the balls, the galls, and the guts to share their journey online with strangers. just appreciate that fact. Because not everybody has the balls to do that. You let crude oil go to let me find out. Let me find out. But yeah, chart time is everything. But yeah, I feel really bad for him because it shouldn't even be that way, for real. Like, I shouldn't have to say every stream, hey, I'm still developing my strategy. Like, that should be clear. I mean, I'm clearly not gambling, even though somebody told me I'm gambling. Okay. Not the person who came in earlier today. That was someone else, like a couple of days ago. But yeah, it's like, if you're seeing red all the time, let's just be honest. Like, if somebody was red this much and they actually say that their strategy is set in stone, that would be a problem. But sometimes I just think people lack common sense. And it's clear as day that they do. And I don't understand why people can't just let people be. I've seen people in the stream of someone who has gotten almost $100,000 in payouts from Apex since I think it was May or June of last year. I've seen people literally tell him that he doesn't know what he's doing. Are you well? Huh? Now, granted, when I look at him trade, I have no idea why he takes the trades that he takes. But I would never sit here and tell him he doesn't know what he's doing. He has to know something. But he trades on time-based charts. I can't read those. I don't see what he sees. I mean, I can read them, but I don't see what he sees. You know what I mean? But I don't understand why people just troll YouTubers who are willing to share their journey. I could be like some of these other popular YouTubers there are people who stream live. You'll never see them take a trade. All they do is sit there and talk about what's happening in the market. Again, they never take a trade, at least on stream. Now, they might be pushing that button in the background. You can't hear order field, no nothing. All they do is talk about the market. And the only time you see them come and do like an overview or an update on how they traded that day is when they had a positive day. If they were negative, they'll never tell you. They won't. I could be like that, but why? I think that I would say 10 years ago, when I first got introduced to trading, the way that I found out about trading was through someone who I knew through network marketing. At the time, I was in the top small percentage of a company, got introduced to trading. And I feel like when there were Forex network marketing companies that were coming out and things like that, I think that mixture was horrible for the industry because it gave people this notion and this thought process that trading is easy. And it ain't. And so people will come and see what people are doing. And, I want to show that trading is not easy, that you're going to have losing streaks, especially when you're in the beginning. Even though I'm not in the beginning of my journey, I'm in the beginning of my journey with the NASDAQ. And I think all of us who trade the NASDAQ are crazy people. You have to be a psycho to try to tame this beast, but we're doing it, right? But I just want to show the real. That's it. I showed y'all 10 straight days of red days. Who else do you know would do that? On YouTube, in front of a bunch of strangers, live, and even have the guts to record an update video telling you again that I was negative for the day. Like, come on. Not very many people would do that. Not y'all don't have the balls. You can't stream and trade. I feel it. It's not the easiest thing. Now, for me, this isn't my first YouTube. You want bubbles? Okay, can we wait till later? I don't even know how you have bubbles. Oh, this came in that little thing from. We'll do bubbles later, baby. I will be fighting people in the comments. No. Traders are crazy and love to pop off. Yes, we talk about that all the time. People are crazy. I think honestly, if this was my first YouTube and or I didn't have the experience that I had like in network marketing dealing with people, like I was legit trolled for real for years when I left the network marketing industry. Like I had helped to start a company, was getting trolled by this guy who had this huge crush on me, and eventually people were smart enough to realize like, okay, wait, you started a company with a bunch of men and you're the only one that he's calling out all the time or trolling. Thank y'all for putting two and two together. So I've been like for real trolled by people that I know in real life. You know what I'm saying? So this YouTube stuff doesn't bother me. Like I was cyberbullied for years by this same guy. I had him blocked. I never responded, like no nothing. And I was still being cyberbullied for years. So when I got onto YouTube, and I was on YouTube at the time on a different channel, you know, like I said in other streams, the only time I really got trolls was whenever I talked about Dave Ramsey, because baby, that cult right there, okay, that is a real life cult. But I think if I started this YouTube and this was my first time and I was like a regular everyday person who didn't really have experience with dealing with people online and things like that, I would probably go crazy. I would have shut my YouTube down. This channel, I would have shut it down a long time ago. And I just started it, in December? This baby would have been gone. Because people are a mess. Like, I even had people, and I wouldn't even say they were trolling. I think that they lacked common sense. But on my other YouTube channel, you know, I made videos about the journey that I was going through with kicking my dad out of my life and some of the things that I dealt with. And, you know, because I wasn't the only person in the experiences and in the stories and in the journey, there were a lot of things that I had to keep out because it's not my story to tell. You know what I'm saying? But I would leave context clues with certain things. And the way people would come into my comments like, well, that's his house, you should leave, or that's this and you should do this, and why are you this? And it's like, y'all gotta be dumb, slow, stupid, something. Because what? Even stuff like that would make a person fold. Like, I'm literally going through a toxic situation. I'm already on edge, and like, you don't even have the decency or the common sense to leave a more supportive comment with what somebody's going through. Now, I've been a psych nurse for, oh my God, probably about, let's see, I've been a nurse for 12 years. So I've been a psych nurse for probably about like 8 years. If I didn't have psych experience, baby, these people would make me go crazy. Because people are crazy in real life. For real. But it comes with the territory. I think it's a lot easier to stream and trade when you are not a scalper. Like some of the ICT live streamers, they have a much easier time, not even when it comes to the trolls or nothing, but just actually being able to stream and trade and not be distracted, because it's not like they're entering and exiting super fast. They have literally the entire stream to analyze the market, and they're waiting 2 hours for a setup so they could just sit here and talk and not get distracted and things. But it's way different when you scalping, because you gotta be real quick. You gotta be able to look at that chat and come back and look at this and look at that. Like, it takes a lot sometimes, for real. It really does. Let's see, what is that? 16:39. We got 30 minutes left in the session. Well, a little less than that, because I'm gonna stop a little early because we have the 11:05 news with Barkin speaking. Not sure if I'm gonna get any more trades today. It looks like we're moving back towards the overnight high and low range, but we'll see. We kind of made that new high and just excuse me, drop from there. Now, $16.39. Depending on how it continues to stall here, I might look for a sale. It just kind of depends. But my major level is here, and all day today, whenever we hit my major level, we just push and go and not think twice about it. So we'll see. All right, that level's up there, so I'm good. I'm clear from that. Those bond auctions, child, the spikes be spiking. What is that? Oh, that's at 12 o'clock. Baby, you know I'll be gone by then. I'm going at 11 o'clock on the dot. I tell y'all, have a good day. Finish your session green, and I'm out. I'll be fine. Sounds like I've been through worse. Absolutely. I've been through much worse. But no, yeah, I'll be fine. I just think that it's hilarious that people just don't have the decency to be kind to people, to strangers at that. But sometimes, you know, people just have bigger balls because these people are strangers online that you'll never see and never touch in real life and things like that. So, but these people can be a little psycho. I had to put somebody in their place a couple of days ago, and then it was, haha, I was just trolling. No. Well, yeah, you were trolling, but you weren't just playing around. You just saying that because I just put you in your place because you sounded crazy in your comment. And like I told him, you had no reason to troll a stranger online. If that's what you want to do in your free time, you should find something else to do. Find something safe to do, please. Because that ain't it at all. 1631. It's really sad. I thought our other industry was bad. Oh, baby. Listen. This industry, you know what? I'm going to tell you why I think this industry is worse. Because this industry is predominantly men. No shade to any man who is tuned in right now. And yes, the other industry there's a lot of men as well, but there's a lot of women depending on what company you're in and, you know, what circles you're around. Like, yeah. But this industry is so male dominated, and I don't know what it is about men and their egos that just causes them to just mess up the vibe, okay? Like, this industry would not be so bad if it was more female traders. And honestly, that's another reason why I decided to stream, because at first I was like, I don't want to do another YouTube. Like, I already abandoned my other channel, but I abandoned my other channel for a good reason. I have 18,000 subscribers over there. I'm going to start making videos again. But when I started posting consistently on that channel, I was heavily in debt, and I just there weren't a lot of Black people talking about debt and budgeting and things like that, like everyday people on YouTube at the time. So I was like, okay, I want to show people I'm an everyday person, you know, and I'm going to show you how I personally decide I want to get out of debt. And because I wasn't doing things the Dave Ramsey way like everyone else, it took a lot longer for me to gain steam on that YouTube, because everybody else who started around the time that I did, they were doing really well. But when I look at their channels now, a lot of their channels are stagnant because it's so many other people who are making the same exact content. Everybody's doing cash envelopes, and everybody's doing the every dollar budget from Dave Ramsey and things like that. So it was like, when I started to really gain steam because I was doing things so different, it was cool. You know, I got out of debt almost 6 years ago. I have not been back in debt since. So here it is. I'm showing people how to budget, showing people, hey, I'm debt free. At one point I was showing like my investing journey when I was investing at the time. But then it was like, okay, so what do I talk about now? I don't want to just make random finance videos. So I just abandoned the channel because I felt like there's nothing else for me to talk about. I've showed y'all everything. But my goal was at one point to go back to that channel to start talking about trading, because that's like the next step. So for me, it's like, all right, I'm teaching you how to budget. I'm teaching you how to get out of debt. I'm teaching you how to save money. I'm teaching you how now to invest. It's like, a stepping stone. But then I just decided I'd rather start a new channel for this depth of trading, but I will start making videos again over there, just talking about my trading journey and where I am and things like that. But I know I won't post like super consistent on that channel ever again, because the goal of that channel has been reached. You know what I mean? But when I tell people what I do, they say women trade. I promise you. And when I was looking on YouTube, like I would type in futures trader or female futures trader. I would even type in black female futures trader. And what I noticed was most of the traders on YouTube are Forex traders. Now, I did notice that the majority of live stream traders were futures traders. I did notice that. But the majority of traders who make content on YouTube trade Forex. And 99.99999% of them are men at that. So I was like, okay. And then, we don't have a lot of representation of black people, at least on YouTube. Now, Instagram, sure, I don't like Instagram, so you won't ever see me there. But we just don't have a lot of representation. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just corner the market there and just have the balls to go do this, because I want people to see, like, it can be done. It can be done. Trenches. Gotta remember, this is a one-on-one sport. For you to make money, someone has to lose money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time you win, somebody lost. Every time you lost, somebody wins. But I definitely prefer futures though. Like, of all the trading I've ever done, futures is like my thing. I don't think I would ever go back to Forex. I did see a girl who has been trading futures for a long time, who all of a sudden started diving into Forex content. And I questioned whether she actually wanted to trade Forex or if she was just doing it for some affiliate commissions for a Forex prop or something. Because it kind of does, like... Tell him, do not do that, or I'm going to take that butterfly away from him, okay? My niece is such a snitch. Jesus. But yeah, I do definitely prefer futures. With that girl, it's just so weird because I don't know anybody who is successful with futures who would ever want to go back to Forex. Let me take that back. I know one person is my girlfriend, who I told y'all, who has the 5-minute strategy. But the only reason why she did is because Forex has such a lower cost of entry, and there weren't very many futures props out at that time. So the best option was for her to transition her strategy from futures to Forex so that she could teach other people. That was her goal, was to teach other people. So if you know that, hey, in order for you to have, a futures account, a live personal account, you need X amount of dollars, and not with the way that the economy has been for years now. And, people's situations, they might have a bunch of kids, they might not have a good paying job. It's a lot harder for you to come up with that money to fund your live account. So it made sense for her to teach people on Forex. She never really did Forex props, but she was doing that so that if one of her students wanted to go through a prop firm, they already know how to trade on the Forex markets. Now, the thing was, she didn't teach her strategy for currency pairs though. So yes, they were trading futures, but they were trading the Nasdaq and the Dow and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know anybody besides her, but she had a purpose, who would ever go from futures to Forex. That doesn't even make sense. I commend Forex traders because no. No. And then I always wonder why the ones who prefer to trade the Dow or the Nasdaq, why are y'all still in futures? I mean, why are you still in Forex, and why haven't you changed to futures? I don't know if they just don't really know about futures or what, but you definitely have to be like an intraday swing or just a swing trader to trade the Nasdaq and stuff like that on Forex because the spreads are ridiculous. It's no way you could scalp over there. No way. No way. The Forex props are expensive. They are. Like, I haven't, well, I can't use it now because FTMO doesn't allow US customers, but I still have a FTMO account, and I think that account was like $600. And then with them, at the time at least, I don't know if it's still like this, but in order for you, like if you fail the account, you can't completely like hit whatever, you know, the loss limit is. When your time is up in that account, you either have to completely pass it or you have to at least be profitable, even if you're only profitable by 1 penny, in order for you to get a free reset. Hell no. And the rules are way harder. Yeah, the 2-step, we don't like that. Mario, I don't think successful traders needs or wants to teach others to be honest. Just my 2 cents. You're correct. You're absolutely correct. That's why I said, like, even when I get to the level of success I want to get to, I don't know if I want to do that. And also, I think for me personally, it's because I've had teams of, like, in my other industry that I was in years ago, I built teams of 600 to 1,000 people. I was I can't even remember what, I helped start a network marketing company that was it's still around to this day, 10 years later, a multi-million-dollar company. I was one of the reasons why that company even started. I did all of like the video scripts and I mean, all kind of things that you can think of. I had to train at events in front of hundreds of people. I've had to do all of that stuff before. And because when I was in that industry, I had times where like I'm getting 3-way calls all day. I'm having to interact with people even when I don't want to. One of the things that was like a detriment to my journey in network marketing was the fact that when we started that company, 75 days later, my grandpa passed away suddenly. And because we had just started, because I was the female face of the company, I couldn't take a break. I still had to go and train at events and things like that. I remember the first event I was supposed to train at, I had to step out of it. I said, dude, I remember it was like a week or so before the event. And I had this dream that I was training at an event and I looked out in the crowd and I remember in the left-hand back corner, I saw my grandpa sitting there. I called the CEO immediately. I cannot do this. I'm not ready. So because I've had people have access to me my entire adult life, even when I didn't want people to have access to me, even when I wanted to take a break, I could not. That is one of the biggest reasons why I'm very iffy on if I will ever teach in any capacity. Because because trading is so, one of the things I love about trading is that I could do it by myself. Like I was one of those kids who hated group projects because I know you finna get my grade worse than it would be if I just did it myself, right? But I love the fact that I don't have to interact with anyone else if I don't want to. That's why even in the Apex Discord, I will disappear for a couple days at a time because people just start to irritate me. So it's like, I know if I ever have a course or something like that, I'm going to have to be available for people. My entire adult life, every career that I've had has been serving others. Whether it was nursing, I had a credit repair business that I shut down. Why? Because I was tired of people having access to me all the time. I don't want that. One of my friends who was my client at the time that I closed my credit repair business asked me, like, will you just come out with a DIY course? Nope. Because even though it's do it yourself, people are still going to contact me and say, hey, in lesson 5, module 2, you said XYZ. What do I do if XYZ happens? I think I'm over it. Yes, ma'am. For who? That's the babies. It should have been. It's not on the couch. It's that Jamaica cup. It's like a real tall metal cup. Okay. That's hers. I could tell you got leadership qualities. That's for, thank you. I appreciate that. I got asked to teach today. I said, no, F that. I spend lots of energy, money, and time. Yes. And see, but the whole thing with how much energy and money I've spent to learn, that's the one reason why I would want to teach at some point, because I know everything that I had to go through and navigate in this industry. I've paid for courses, I've paid for indicators, I've gotten scammed by people. There's somebody in jail right now because he scammed me and other people, and my phone recordings is what sealed the deal. I gave that straight to the SEC. Get him out of here, coach. And because there are so many people who take advantage of people in this industry, and I know I wouldn't, that's the one reason why I would want to teach and allow people to cut the time in less than half. Because I feel like, no, I don't think it's anything wrong with corporate America. I don't think it's anything wrong with working. I'm not lazy by any means. I don't think anybody who works in healthcare can be lazy. But I just don't feel, I feel like we have so many more opportunities than previous generations before us, whether it's our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, whatever. And if I watched my parents or my grandparents or my great-grandparents work until 65, 70 years old because they didn't have the opportunities that we have, and I know I don't want to do that for my life. Like, I couldn't imagine being a nurse at 40 and I'm 33. Who wants to do that? No. So it's like, that's the one thing that makes me want to help people. But then I started thinking about all the other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no. Like, I told some of my friends, I'm going to tell you right now, if I come out with a course, it ain't going to be cheap because of exactly what you said. It's the sacrifices, it's the time, it's the energy, it's the effort, it's everything put into one. It's no way I'm finna charge you $200 for a course. You might as well go on and throw that in the back of your mind and in the garbage, because it'll never happen. You're super selective with your students. You have to be. These people would drive you insane. Yes, the sacrifices behind clicking a single button, I promise you, it ain't easy at all. It's so much that goes into it. Natural gift for teaching, from what you said. This is just my opinion, but I feel like you shouldn't give up. Just vet out the people who aren't serious about taking your time. Yeah, like I said, I'm on the fence. Most of me is going towards no, but I know once I get to a certain level of success and payouts and things like that, it's no way I can keep it to myself. You know, like, if I'm living the life that I've always wanted to live, I would be a selfish person to know that there are hundreds and thousands of people out here who want to live that same life, who just don't have the resources, who don't know where to go. And because I have the answer, I'm keeping it to myself. That's real selfish. You can't be blessed that way. So it's a double-edged sword, but I do have a natural gift for teaching. I always have. You know, people have always told me, like, you the way you explain things, it made it so much easier. I've watched 10 videos on this particular topic, but the way that you explained it, I get it right away. You can cut their learning time, yes, but at the end of the day, it's not guaranteed. Yeah. And see, that's another, I'm telling you, y'all are saying all my pros and cons right here. And one of the cons is you're going to always have people who go out here and say, no, she scammed me because she's making XYZ and I haven't made that yet. And then you go and log into the course and you see this person went through 2 out of 20 lessons. Hello? You do know I can see that, right? Are you okay? I've seen people do that with other courses that I've taken in other industries. Like, no, this person is a scammer because I didn't make, $100,000 in my first year like she did. Well, did you put, it ain't just about the information that you get. Did you put in the work? Did you put in the chart time? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you reach out when you were struggling because you couldn't figure this thing out or that thing out? Like, there are no guarantees. And one thing my grandpa always taught me is that the one thing that you never want to play about is your name. You don't want anybody to play around with your name because your name is one of the only things that you got. And people would put out false information so quickly on people because of misunderstandings, because they didn't do their part. I've seen people, like when I had my credit repair company, I never got any bad reviews ever. But I've had someone, you know, a customer come to me and say like, hey, like, how come I'm not getting the results that you're posting for other people? Well, first of all results are different. But second of all, have you been uploading your response letters that you get in the mail? Have you been doing this? Have you been doing that? You don't do anything that I've asked you to do, but you want the same results as somebody who's done everything I've told them to do. That's not how this works. But that's just people. You know my heart, I'll be teaching. I might. No, I likely would. You're from Italy. You're currently trading ES futures. Hello, Mario. We don't like ES futures around here. No. I commend you because I can't do it. It has been a slow day today. Even on the Nasdaq, like I've still only taken 3 trades, and I haven't missed any trades this entire time I've been talking to y'all. My setup is just not there, and I don't just click buy and sell willy-nilly. So I think the last time I took a trade was let's go look, was at 9:06 this morning. I have not had any setup since. I thought once we pushed out of the overnight high and low that we were gonna start moving and grooving and get something going, but no. We didn't, unfortunately. We did not. And the couple of times where my strategy somewhat set up, it was always something that invalidated it, so I couldn't trade it. But it's a good thing though, because for me, like most times when the market is really choppy and slow like it is today, you see so many people who are losing accounts and things like that. And for me, like, while I've been developing my strategy, whenever we had range days like this where the market wasn't moving much, I would have, losing days, but I've been having losing days, period. But even when I go back and I, remove the mistakes that I made and only take into account the trades that I should have been in, they were still negative days. So the fact that I'm positive on a choppy day like this lets me know I'm moving in the right direction with where I want my strategy to be. You turned a green day red. Trenches! What happened? Tell me what happened. Good morning, Javier. How are you? You missed one setup at the very start, and that's it so far. Nothing is showing up. Yeah, listen, unless you just out here probably scalping for like 4 ticks at a time, it's not much. Especially if you're somebody who more like intraday swings or you're doing like ICT and stuff like that. I highly doubt there are very many setups today. It's just not moving. I mean, I don't know if the speaker that's speaking in 10 minutes, if that's going to move the market a little bit, but I'll be long gone anyway. You got 30 points on the break, but that's it. 30 points is good though, honey bun. Yeah, I think that anybody who is green any day for real, but especially in markets like this, you doing something, and that something is good. Let me see. So yesterday, what was it? About 246 points. Today it is about 100. I know one thing, this market better not start moving how I want it to move when I'm about to get off the charts. That won't be cute. I'll be getting off in like 2 minutes because I have to stop trading at 10:58 with the news coming. So, you know what, Leo, go away, because I was just literally thinking, I was like, wait, I'm gonna tell you how I knew it was you. When I think you were one of my first subscribers. And when I went to the page, I was like, this is Leo. Why is his name Javier? But I never said anything to you because it's whatever videos that you have on your channel. I think it might say boy from BK on it or something. I can't remember. But I was like, I never said anything to you and I forgot. And because I never said nothing, it didn't even register in my mind just now. What are you doing? Today is all patience with a Y. Yes, ma'am. I think if someone can make it break even in a specific time frame can be considered. Oh, absolutely. For me, my goal is if I can at least be green. I don't care if it's $5 green. It's better than red. But absolutely. You can break even. If most of your trading days can be wins, whether it's small, big, whatever, or break even, you know what you're doing. Because sometimes the market just don't give you what you're looking for. But if you have a couple of setups in a market that your strategy doesn't work the best in, but you can end up break even, you good. You are good to go. Leo, please change your YouTube name and stop playing with me. I'm about to text you back when I get off the stream too. The baby has my phone. About what you texted me last night. Because I got a lot to say. Alright, so I mean, technically I still have a minute and a half left. So I guess I'll sit here for a minute and a half. Because 10:58 would be where I would have to close any trades if I was actually in the trades. But I could still technically trade until 11:04 since it's medium impact news. But I get off at 11 anyway, so we won't be doing that. Right now, I'm trying to figure out if, like, once I get to a certain point, if I'm going to continue trading after 10. Because I don't know yet. If I can make all the money that I want to make in an hour and a half, why spend an extra hour looking at this stuff? But I don't know yet. If in a specific time frame that you give yourself you can make a single dollar, that means you're doing right, because then it's just a matter of scalability. Absolutely. You're back small green though. Is it time for you to get off the charts? You're going back and forth and back and forth. Sometimes when you're going back and forth and you get that small green back, it's time to shut it down. Shut it down. You'll explain later. Okay, yes, you do that. Because why? But yeah, it is all about scalability. And I was just talking to one of my trading buddies about that yesterday, because he's like me. Like at one point he was scalping, and he's more so doing ICT intraday swings now. But the last couple of weeks he's been just making a lot of bad trades because he doesn't want to sit on his hands. You know, he doesn't want to just take one or two trades in an entire 8-hour session. And so now because he's been going through evals and PAs and stuff, he's like, okay, I'm about to sit myself down and chill out. And he was saying that now his goal is $100 to $200 a day. Whether it's one trade, two trades, he said he's mainly just taking one or two trades a day. And I said, we forget the power, especially with trading with Apex. We forget the power of how $100 a day can scale. Not even from I can put more contracts on, but just from even just the 20 accounts. $100 a day on 20 accounts, what would we be mad at? That's over $400,000 a year. With 20 accounts, how can you be mad at that? You can't. But then that's when I told him, I said, let's take a step past that. That's just with the number of contracts that you're trading now. Once you start building that account up and you start putting more contracts on, that scales fast. And even if you get to the point where you decide, all right, I'm done with props, because my goal has always been like, withdraw a certain amount of money. And when you withdrawing money, put a certain percentage off to the side, because you're going to use that for a live account at some point. Because if they're going to take you live, by the time Apex asks you to go live, you should have made so much money that it doesn't make sense to go live with them. No offense to Apex. But why would I go live with you and give you a percentage when I could just take that same money and go over here to a live account and go about my business and not have to do anything, not have rules, no nothing. I ain't got no rules in my personal account. I think that should be everybody's goal, but the scalability is what people don't think about. And I think that's why so many people just YOLO and go crazy, especially with 80 and 90% off sales and one day passes and things like that. Just take it slow. You haven't traded your PA? Oh, well, if you're on eval, YOLO, no. But yeah, we had a good conversation today, guys. I'm sorry that I couldn't take more trades. I promise you I wasn't just sitting out of stuff. It's just the way the market went today. But we were green. That's what I like to see. It's crazy because right before I had the 2 straight weeks of red, I think the week before I was green 4 out of 5 days, I think. And I was on even though the profit wasn't where I wanted it to be, I was still green. So to go from that, which that was the first time probably ever since I've been trading with Apex and trying to develop this strategy. I've been profitable with my other strategies before. I want to scalp, but that was the first time ever. So to go from 4 out of 5 days green for the first time ever since starting to develop the strategy to 2 straight weeks of red. Wait. So now this week we got 2 red days and 2 green days, and we're pulling this account back out. I told y'all my goal was to either pass this account by the end of the week or at least make sure it survives. We are going to survive because ain't no way I'm going to lose. Let me not say that. Let's knock on wood. So I got $1,100 left in drawdown on this account. We'll see what happens tomorrow. The 250Ks are coming back on Monday because those renewed on the 1st and the 5th. So I'll be trading 3 accounts next week and we'll see what happens from there. So I hope you guys had a good trading session. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the great conversation this morning. I hope y'all end y'all trading session in the green today. I will make sure I put out the daily trading update video tonight. It ain't going to be that long because we only got 3 trades and we'll talk about it. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Good luck with the rest of your day. And thank y'all for tuning in.